Hello everybody and welcome back to Blue Rose Minis. Today we're going to be painting the communication specialist from Kill Team Rogue Traders. These are the paints you will be needing for today's tutorial. I'm going to go ahead and put them down in the description below. So here's Mr. Grauss in all his glory, one of the more complicated models in the Kill Team set. But we're diving right in. So starting off with our Mephiston Red, we're going to be putting this all over his coat. Of course, if you have another color that you would want for his coat, you can go ahead and use that instead. Just be sure to get it all over the coat, taking care not to hit any of the coils or anything important as that. So once we're done applying our color of choice, we're going to be taking Abaddon Black and we're going to be putting this all over his boots, his gloved hands, and his face, including his mask and goggles. Now when you're doing his mask and goggles, take care to avoid the coils on his head and the little band-like attachments that attach them. Alright, so once we're done applying our Abaddon Black, we're going to go in with some dry brushing and we're going to be using Astorth Red. Now this is an optional step. If you don't want to dry brush him, then you can go ahead and skip this. I'm choosing to because in the finished product I want him to have a dusty look to him. So once we're done with that, we're going to be going in with some Macragge Blue and painting all of his coils. This includes the ones on his head and any tube attachment that he has on him. So go ahead and take your time because some of these tubes are a bit smaller. And actually, while I was painting Mr. Grauss, I kept referring to him as my little mad scientist because doesn't he kind of look like a mad scientist? He kind of looks how I would picture Dr. Frankenstein if he were placed in the 40k universe. So this is how Mr. Grauss should be looking right now. So next we're going to be taking our Waaagh Fleash and we're going to be painting the grenades that hang off his left hip. Do try to be a little bit careful when you're painting his grenades as they are close to a lot of things we've already painted and probably don't want to repaint again if we mess up. So just go ahead and take care. So after we're done with our Waaagh Fleash, we're going to be taking our MournFang Brown, excuse my pronunciation, and we're going to paint his satchel. Now we're going to want to be careful with this as well to not paint over areas that have already been painted. So here you see me being very careful around the edges. Now when you're painting this satchel, don't forget to paint his straps as well. So there you see me going after the first strap. The other strap is kind of hard to get into because it's like right underneath his coil backpack, and it's just, be careful when you're painting that, guys. Alright, so once you are satisfied with that, we're going to be taking our brass scorpion. We're going to be painting anything we want to have a bit more metallic feel to it. So here I'm painting his chest plate that covers his shoulder and back. I'm also going to be painting the bands that connect the coils on his head, as well as the top of the coils. And again, we're going to want to be very careful with this. So this is how Mr. Vandergraaf should be looking like right about now. So after the brass scorpion, we're going to be taking our, and excuse my pronunciation again, Altdorf Blue, and we're just going to be painting over our Macragge Blue. Now this is another optional step. I'm doing this because I want to have a slight glow effect, because I wanted to go with that whole mad scientist thing. But if you don't want that, you can of course skip this step. Alright, so once you're done with that, you're gonna take, in my case, LeardBelcher, and just paint over any mistakes you might have made. And I do believe I lost the film for this, but next we're going to be taking our Skarsnik Green, and we're just going to be painting the little details on the grenades. Sorry about that long pause, guys. I actually did lose that video, but you can see right there how the details are painted. So after that green, we're going to be going in with our Temple Guard Blue, and we're just going to be slightly highlighting the edge details of our blue parts. Now we don't want to go too heavy with this because, as I've stated, I want it to have a nice glow effect. But once you're done applying this step, go ahead and put on some Agrex EarthShade, which I believe I also lost the film to, and let Mr. Vandergraaf, our mad scientist, dry, and he will be ready to base and then play with. So thank you guys for joining me today on Blue Rose Minis. Please like and subscribe and leave all comments down below. I welcome your criticism.